Hello everybody, and welcome back to my top 15 favorite songs from video games. First off, if you haven't seen part 1, which goes over numbers 11 through 15, here's a quick recap of what we've gone over so far.
So basically, in the first part, I nostalgia jizzed all over the place with a bunch of old video game music. And I name a bunch of honorable mentions which, let's be honest, aren't really worth mentioning more than once. Except Frantic Factory, cause that shit rocks. Then I arbitrarily placed 5 songs I really liked in order and talked about them a little bit. Really, let's be honest, part 1 was not the part you watched this video for. But here are the 5 main ones that we went over last time. Number 15, Pooh! Conker's Bad Fur Day, Nintendo 64. Number 14, Chow Garden, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, GameCube. Number 13, Frosty Village, Diddy Kong Racing, Nintendo 64. Number 12, Epilogue, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, HD version, Wii U. Number 11, Waterworld, Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble, Super Nintendo.
Now, without further ado, let's get started on numbers 1 through 10, shall we?
Number 10. Coming up at number 10 is a song that plays right at the very end of Skyward Sword, and one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard to boot. Fi's Farewell is one of those songs that's sad, but it isn't melancholy. It makes you feel like you want to cry, but at the same time, you just feel like you have to smile. In all honesty, this song helps set a perfect ending to a great game. Another one of those songs that was written just for the cutscene, and the scene would seem naked with anything else. Although most people had issues with the way Skyward Sword controlled, I would recommend playing through the whole game just to hear this song. It's that good. Number 9! Oh my god. The Donkey Kong Isle song from Donkey Kong 64 is so iconic from when I was a kid, it's wonderful. This is one of those songs that's on here based purely on nostalgia. It doesn't really make you feel anything, and it doesn't really add that much to the game, but it just wouldn't be the same without it. Every time I hear this song, I think back to living in Nanaimo, Christmas Day, 1999, opening up my N64 with Donkey Kong 64, putting that game in, and after about an hour of figuring out how to get to the overworld, listening to this song. I bask in the nostalgia every time I hear this song. It's a wonderful feeling. I actually have a video on my computer of myself randomly singing lyrics to this song, completely improvised as sort of an LP intro video. I'll put it up someday, but I love this song to the point where I'll just put in the game and listen to it. I won't even do anything. And that's perfectly fine with me. Oh, there's a cannon, I love this island. It feels like home, and there's some trees and bees. Number 8. Up next is a song that plays in various sections of the Generation 2 Pokemon games, aptly titled Route 42, 43, 44, and Lake of Rage. This is another one of those songs that just screams adventure. I'm not really sure why though. It's just sort of an epic theme, and it's probably ranked so highly because of nostalgia as well. There's really nothing wrong with that though. It really just makes me want to strap on my shoes, put on my jacket, and go for an adventure no matter how cold it is.
I think I might need a jacket.
Good to go! The second I see that red Gyarados and hear this music though, I know it's showtime. This theme, for me at least, really marks the point where I fell in love with my second favorite game of all time, Pokemon Gold. Number 7. This next song is Atlantis, a song that, if it realistically weren't for this song, I would have never finished Banjo-Tooie. As a kid, I was so stuck trying to find the Talon Torpedo move needed to get to the next world, which you get from Atlantis in Jolly Roger's Lagoon. I spent hours and hours looking for this move, and the only thing that realistically kept me going was how awesome this music was. It's so serene and beautiful. The thing I love the most about this song is the fact that it sounds so much more orchestrated than a lot of the other songs in the game. It sounds a lot more like a song out of Donkey Kong 64 than anything out of Banjo-Tooie. Either way, this is a fantastic song that keeps me going, and that's why it deserves the number 7 spot. Number 6. Oh geez, what can I even say about this music? It's a minute-long loop that never seems to get old. The Astral Observatory theme from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is one of those songs that I really don't have any nostalgia towards since I never played the game until like 2010, but it's a great song nonetheless. While it's ambient and beautiful, it still captures that dire atmosphere that Majora's Mask portrays so well. That choir singing in the background adds so much to the song too. It's like a barbershop quartet is just hanging around in this tiny little room. It actually makes me kind of sad that this song only plays in one room, that you're only in for like a minute in the entire game. This is one of those songs that not a lot of people pay much attention to, but it deserves a lot more recognition than it actually gets. Number 5! Now here's where the list stops being generally pretty arbitrary in terms of song order. To be honest, numbers 6 through 13 are really difficult to put an order on. In terms of whether I like Atlantis more than Waterworld, it's pretty much the same. That, however, stops now. If you've seen my Earthbound Let's Play, you'd know that I never shut up about Mother 3. This game is amazing. There are, however, two main things that make this game so amazing. First, the character design and story, and second, the music. I personally say the music draws me in more so than anything. Hell, the game's combo system is designed around it. Nevertheless, Phantasmagoric is a song that's described entirely by its title. Don't know what that means? Neither did I until I looked it up. Basically, it's something that resembles a dream or an optical illusion. And if you see the cutscene that plays with this song, you'll see why. This song plays right after the final boss battle, and I didn't even hear it the first time I played. I was bawling my eyes out so much. Seriously. Second time, same thing. I had to go into the sound test to hear it, and damn is it good. This is another one of those games that I'd recommend playing just to hear this song, since it makes the end of the game an emotional roller coaster that will change your life. I know it really did for me. Number 4! Star Fox 64 is not really one of those games where I immediately think of how great the music is the second someone mentions the game, despite it being my favorite game of all time. No, in actuality, the game has a soundtrack I wouldn't really describe as anything other than just good. Except for this song. Zonus, for some reason, has this abnormally epic soundtrack that plays throughout a level that's literally nothing but water, ships, searchlights, and an annoying cat that steals your points every 5 seconds. I mean, listen to this song. It's so freaking awesome for such a lackluster level in an amazing game. This song is literally the only reason I ever take the hard route in Star Fox 64, because it's just so freaking awesome. I mean, that cool keyboard intro that just sort of goes into this crazy, awesome orchestral masterpiece that perfectly captures the atmosphere. And I have to say, this is the only song in the game that properly justifies how amazing of a game Star Fox 64 really is. Number 3! I'm not gonna lie to you, Corridors of Time from Chrono Trigger was originally like number 12 on this list, then I kept listening to it, and literally every time I heard it, I moved it up a spot, until eventually it ended up at the number 3 spot on this list. The reason it ended up so high is because it's just perfect. The background is basically the same 12 notes over and over again that changes slightly every time, and the foreground sort of transcends this awkward Indian mystic theme. I don't know. It's hard to describe why this music fits so perfectly with where it plays, but it just does. I look forward to the 12,000 BC section of the game every time I play Chrono Trigger, and it never disappoints. A couple times, I've even found myself doing some awkward Bollywood dance as well, even though I rarely find myself dancing to regular music. Overall, this song makes the number 3 spot because it so perfectly captures the Enlightened One's atmosphere that Chrono Trigger portrays so well. Number 2! Come on, with 2 Donkey Kong Country 2 songs in the honorable mentions, you had to know that there would be one on this list eventually. And I know, a few times I have said that Waterworld was my favorite song in the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, but just come on! Listen to this one! Sticker Brush Symphony is widely considered to be the best song in the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, and I actually agree with the mainstream for once. Yeah, I know. I think the thing that puts this song so high on the list is the fact that there are actually drums in this song. As many of you may know, I play the drums, so I can appreciate when someone has a song that they really don't have to add drums to, but do anyways just to make it that much more epic. Plus, listen to that amazing ambient sound. There must be like 15 different tracks going at once at a few times in this song, which is amazing. To think that someone put so much into a song for just a video game, albeit a game that sold over 4 million copies, is just astonishing. It's realistically the only thing that makes beating this game 102% bearable. The levels that this song plays in are all notoriously difficult. But it's that beautiful, ambient, yet rockin' feel that gives this song the number 2 spot. The ultimate number 1! Oh geez. There's the chills. And here come the waterworks. I know I already put a Majora's Mask song on this list, but come on! This is one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard, let alone in a video game. This song is leaps and bounds above the rest, since it doesn't even play at a sad part of the game, and it still makes me bawl like a 4-year-old child. I streamed getting the footage for this section of the video. I'm just gonna let you listen to what I had to say.
Don't cry. Don't cry. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but this always really gets to me. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm having a moment here.
That chanting of the giants, in combination with this song, makes the 4 giant release cutscenes some of the most beautiful cutscenes I've ever seen in a game. Sometimes,
I'll go to the third day and try and stop Skull Kid, even knowing that I have no chance, just so I can hear this song. Something about seeing 2 or 3 of these giants trying to hold up the moon and failing under its might just gets to me. And it's because of this song that it does. There's something about it I just can't explain. It creates this dire atmosphere where you know everything isn't going to be okay. And there's a tiny glimmer of hope off in the distance that you know, maybe if you try hard enough, if you reach far enough, you might just stand the slightest bit of a chance. I'm sorry to end this list on such a dark note, but if you want an honest list, it couldn't have been any other way. And for this song, Mr. Koji Kondo, I thank you. Your music has truly moved me, unlike any other.
There you have it. Those are my top 15 favorite songs from video games. If you have any thoughts or opinions, or if you just like to share what your favorite songs from video games are, be sure to leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what some of your favorite songs are from video games as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, thank you very much for watching.
Missed part 1? Well, what are you waiting for? There were honorable mentions that I never went over, for goodness sakes. You can also check out my channel and maybe subscribe if you like. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I do lots of cool videos like Let's Plays and vlogs. I even did a top 10 video of my favorite video games of all time. Go on, check it out.